Hello and welcome, ladies and gentlemen. It's a fresh new week. Time for some amazing FIFA. You guys are watching the eISL powered by Coca Cola. Before we start off, a huge shout out to our associate sponsors, Hero, our esports partners, Nordwind Gaming, our platform partners, PlayStation, and our digital collectibles partners, Terra Virtua, to make this event happen. Joining along with me, as always, is going to be Azim. And very interesting encounter. We've got two friends battling it out against
Yeah.
each other. Not just friends, but you can call them besties.
Yes, and absolutely, it is of course FC Goa up against Odisha FC, and they are of course battling it out. FC Goa still in the mix to get that first place of a massive prize pool of 78 lakh rupees. Still in there, potentially can get 15 lakhs for them, and of course the top four teams do get a share of that prize money. But the MVP gets a nice nifty chunk of change, 4 lakh rupees, and their own personalized NFT made by our digital collectible sponsors, Terra Virtua.
Oh yeah, I mean that is something that I'm really looking forward to because considering how my reflex looks, it's so good, so beautiful. But before we have things started off, let's take a quick look at the leaderboard because this matchup is so important for FC Goa, right? Considering where they are, 15 games played already, and a win in this game would take them up to the fourth spot, the spot that is the the most hotly contested position out there, because everyone's sort of eyeing out for that, and at this point it's already skyrocketing even more than Mumbai's real estate prices.
Yeah, absolutely. You don't want to buy any real estate in Mumbai for sure. That's anytime soon. But FC Goa, very, very big result for them yesterday, getting that win against Jamshedpur FC, which of course pretty much knocked them out. But let's see what the matchups are today. Is it going to be the two old friends going up against each other? Yes, you know it is V Sharma versus Shubham in game 2. And Afnan against Dougal in Team 1, also going to be a very, very interesting encounter. Dougal's been in fairly decent form of late. And of course, we know Afnan, he's been the guy who's sort of carrying FC Goa through these. A bit of a rough patch for V Sharma, you'd have to say, post the haircut, not quite able to get the wins. Maybe the new desk will work for him. He's been sitting on the right side desk for a while, but maybe now with the home desk and the home jersey, might favor him. In terms of goals scored, if you look at the record for both teams, actually fairly similar. But of course, it is the matches won, those 3 extra matches that FC Goa managed to get, has proved to be the huge difference for them.
I think it's going to be so exciting today because the last time, these two teams went off against each other, it was FC Goa who managed to grab those essential 3 points. But the last time the matches were also different. Shubham this time, however, all right, I for an instant really thought that he would be going, of course, against V Sharma, and I think that's going to happen. This is just the past matchup, and Shubham and Afnan, it was a goalless draw where V Sharma did manage to win his matchup against Dukkal. So this time it's however different. The orders have been reversed, and we've been talking about a rivalry, right? Friendship outside the game, but an in-game rivalry between Shubham and V Sharma, who are the best of buddies. Their initial intention was to team up together, but they could not qualify from the same team. So one had to go with FC Goa, the other had to settle with Odisha FC. So, but this time they're going head to head. It's going to be such an interesting affair. But the first matchup between a very confident Afnan going up against likewise a good run of Duggal that we're getting to see.
Yeah.
And the pressure is definitely on FC Goa. They've got to qualify, whereas Odisha FC, they're just playing for the fun of it, right? They're going to put their hearts out, play their best FIFA. You never know, they can pull off a surprise over here.
Yeah, I mean, in the last match itself, they did pull off a big shock. They managed to get that draw up against SC's Bengal. So definitely a formidable team. And again, I think it is up to Duggal to get that good start. We do know that Shubham will be motivated in that second game regardless, because of course he is going up against one of his best mates. It's quite interesting. It's sort of the West Coast versus the East Coast, but then internally within that, there's also a Mumbai derby between Shubham and Vanchaj. So it's all going to be pretty interesting to see how it pans out. A quick start from Duggal over here, but Afnan manages to see that out, looking for that ball in behind. And Afnan will want to get that quick early start to get that goal in. He's been in some very good form, scoring some great goals, those meta finishes, long distance shots. We saw an insane chip from him yesterday as well, very, very unexpected. So he started to really mix up his game and not be quite so predictable. Even there, that throw in that he conceded, nobody could have predicted that. It's very unpredictable stuff from Afnan in recent times. And, well, Dougal is going to have to keep his eyes peeled.
Yeah, I mean, Dougal, the way he's been playing, has been looking in sublime form. And this time he had his eyes on scoring that goal, but instantly stopped by Afnan. From what we really did see, FC Goa did come out through. It was such a cagey affair last night, but it's still all right, right? They're still just below Northeast United FC. This win is going to guarantee them that entry into the top four. But the contest is still on. They still have few more games that they have to play. And from what we have seen, Afnan, he has been playing out of this world lately. He's been so confident, like you just said, right? And he's got so many variations of attacks, and this possibly could have been one of those. Tried to go through the center, but Marquinhos instantly present to stop him off over there. Now for Odisha FC, like we said, they're playing for the heck of it, but this shot, again, a chop back finesse coming in from Afnan. And we really thought that that could have gone in. It was a perfect, ideal situation, just the timing. But he's going to go for it again, and this time, he succeeds. And the audacity on Afnan to try the same thing for twice and working out on the second try. The perfect area. Dukkal, however, not really considering that he would go for it and has to pay the price now.
Yeah, and as I said, he's just been doing a lot of those unexpected things. Because even if you paid attention to the build-up over there, he made the pass, but the cursor never switched to the opposition player. He basically kept control of Messi and just handed it back. But Dougal straight back in here and has the equalizer on the counter-attack. A very, very swift reply from Dougal, and what a start we've had. 17 minutes played. We're already at 1-1. And, well, I'm expecting more goals to come now.
Yeah, I mean, likewise, we've just got started, right? And this is one of those things with Afnan that he's got to really work out on, not conceding goals after scoring. Something similar really happens a lot with Lokmanu, right? He tends to have a really good chance at a goal, and the next moment he concedes one. And it kind of gets worse from there on. And with Afnan also, on certain occasions, we have seen that happen with him. But likewise, we've always talked about Afnan being one of those players that has lately taken the driver's seat for FC Goa, right? He's the one who's been showing some really good performances. And the last time against Odisha FC, he could not score any, right? But this time against Dougal, he's managed to score one, but has also conceded one, which is a cause of concern. But he has got to find that second one, and I won't be surprised if he does that, right? Because Azim lately, like you've seen, he just went for that Messi finesse shot. We've also seen him going for those long passes. He's got so much depth in terms of his attack. But now Dougal finally managing to have some possession on the ball. Ideally, Afnan has been having most of the possession, but Dougal, let's see what can he make out of this one.
Yeah, it's quite interesting because Afnan, especially on the counter attack, is looking very, very exposed. When obviously when Dougal slows it down, he has plenty of time and he's looking very set on his defense. But maybe it's because he's getting the fullbacks involved. I'm not quite sure, but that defense looks quite threadbare every time Dougal tries to counter attack. So maybe something for him to think about there. Maybe drop one or two bodies just that little further back to give himself some insurance. But again, I think well he's gone for those finesse shots a couple of times and it's paid off in the last few games. But opponents are going to start predicting that, and he's going to have to start well thinking about other options soon because usually in this game, with players when you're outside the box will tend to just sort of stand off you and try to cover the passes and the passing lanes within the box. And we've seen Afnan really take advantage of that fact. But I don't think Dougal's going to make that same mistake again. He's going to be closing down Afnan at every occasion when he's outside the box, particularly when he's got Messi. But this time, getting into the box with Pele, a very heavy touch and denied possession. And now in these situations, Dougal looking very, very confident. You can see just a ball in behind over here, and he could get Pele in, decides to slow it down this time. And well, 35 minutes played, still 1-1, but both teams looking hungry to get that second goal.
Oh yeah, I mean both the players. In fact, this could be a good chance for Dougal really making those skill moves not coming handy. Instead, gives the ball away. But yeah, likewise, the first half has been pretty much FC Goa's. They've been creating so many chances. Odisha FC trying to keep themselves in contention, went in for that late cutback, but wasn't really successful in that attempt. And now it's out for a goal kick. We do have Odisha FC with just a couple of minutes to go before the halftime whistle blows. He's got a good chance, gets that through ball, connecting through with Ronaldo, but no, the defense is present, and there you go, out for another goal kick. And we can see, I mean, Afnan at this point would try to hog on to the possession a little bit, try to make ensure that the final attack before the halftime is on him at least. But no, says Dougal, and it's a cagey affair, right? It's going left and right over here, not really understandable as to where the direction of the game is moving forward. Dougal trying to do some heroics over there, trying to steal the ball away, but not successful against Afnan. And now we've got to see if Dougal, who's again retained possession. So what is going on? This is game of possession, and Odisha FC and FC Goa are right at it.
Yeah, and now you have to make that possession pay, trying to get the ball in behind yet again, not really working out. And now, well, one last attack. If there's going to be any stoppage time, maybe 1 minute to be added on. Yes, there you go. Looking to get Ronaldo running in behind, gets him over there. But now, will he try the chop back finish with Ronaldo this time? No, he gets in. Cutback is on over here if he can find it, but delays a little bit too much. Now finds Hullet. Will he get it onto that left foot? Can't quite do it, and that's going to be cleared out for sure. And well, Odisha FC managed to see it out. 1-1, I think, probably a reasonably fair result at this point because neither team looking completely dominant. I think Afnan taking those sort of low percentage shots, which he's really been working on, taking a leaf out of, let's say, early Ankit Gupta's book. And yeah, this was absolute class over there. Keeper not quite in the best position. And well, I think his teammate appreciates that as well.
Oh yeah, I mean lately Afnan has been doing a lot of heavy lifting, right, in terms of how he's been performing for his team. But this is one of those areas that he really needs to be sharp on, right? Not conceding a goal right away. And Dougal, like we've already seen, we've had a talk with him a couple of times. He's already mentioned that he plans to get back to streaming FIFA. So all you FIFA lovers out there, if you intend on learning something new, I think it's going to be priceless coming out from a player who has played at the biggest stage of it all in the eISL. So don't forget to check him out on his, I believe, Twitch channel. I think Dougal TV would be the name that I'm anticipating, and rightfully so. We are on with the second half, commencement already done, and now we've got to see if FC Goa can manage to get a winner, or is it going to be Odisha FC who's going to spoil the party?
Yeah, well, FC Goa, it's a big win that they need to get because, I mean, they are pretty much, you could say, level with Bengaluru FC, who will be playing a very, very important game up against Chennai FC today. But because of how superior Bengaluru FC's goal difference is, FC Goa really need to get those additional points because it's like having a 1 point deficit. This time Afnan gets in again, just a little too slow getting that shot off, and looked like he had a very, very good position, but a bit sluggish inside the box from Afnan, and allowed Dougal to just get back and bite back with that tackle. Now Dougal, but it doesn't look like he's come with any kind of clear game plan. He's just sort of going with the flow. When he has the opportunity to counter, he'll counter. When he has the opportunity to build, he just absolutely takes his time. Not really rushing anything. Just happy to see it out. See if he can get that draw. Even if he can grab a late winner, works really well for him. Odisha FC not really playing for anything other than pride at this moment. They could potentially get themselves up into as high as maybe sixth place if results go their way, and I think they would be, I mean, not happy with that, but I would say given the circumstances, you could say they might be satisfied with the sixth to seventh place. But of course, everyone came to this tournament looking to win. We know Shobham came here looking to win. He was on that incredible unbeaten run, solid as a rock, and until it all started to come undone, and then we saw the match with him and Ashwin, one of the absolute eISL classics, and not quite been his tournament, but it could be FC Goa's tournament if Afnan can grab a goal here.
Oh yeah, and I think they've been considering themselves as the dark horses inside this tournament, and rightfully said. When they came in, we did not anticipate they would be one of the favorites to be the top four. And look
Oh,
at Afnan, a beautiful, beautiful Masterule attempt over there. Everything was right about the shot, but goalkeeper making sure he saved it, and it went out for a corner. But the ball is still on Afnan. He's got all the chance in the world, and he was trying. He was trying to maybe go for another of those Messi's finesse shots, but this time Mbappe was sure to make that steal, and he was pacing with Mbappe, that is Odisha FC, through that left wing. But no, said the boys from FC Goa, as they managed to counter it out, and they've retained possession. Now, yesterday we saw FC Goa's match going down to the wire. The initial game going, goalless. Then we did see a 2-2 scoreline, and towards the co-op, it was finally settled as FC Goa found themselves with that win. But regardless, Azim, now we're in that aspect that this game is so much more important, because this game would not only assure them that top four spot, but would keep them at a good position from there onwards. But it could all be foiled if Pele or Dugal managed to score that one, and does not happen now. So.
yeah, not quite happening over there. Again, Afnan looking quite exposed on that counter attack. He was, I think, a bit unfortunate for Dougal. This is a great ball played in behind though for Messi. Will he look for that cutback? He does. He finds CR7, but again cannot get that shot away. And potentially, I don't know if it's just nerves, but he could be made to pay for it over here. I mean, early on in the tournament, we saw players always just managing to get away from that defender. Maybe it's the sort of the team of the year cards that are making the difference and really, really ramping up the difficulty for attackers with those enhanced, interception and defensive stats. But a lot of those situations that we would have thought early in the tournament would be nailed on as goals now are suddenly intercepted, and case in point there, you would have expected Dougal to find a better pass there, but Cancelo is there, but given away cheaply. Big moment over here for Odisha FC. Still the ball with them, with Pele. Now with Ronaldo trying to create that space. Oh, he's worked it beautifully. Could have just slid that through to Pele, but didn't quite have the ability to do that. Still given away though. And this is a huge moment. If Dougal can manage to get this, it could really throw a spanner into the works for FC Goa. But for now, hanging on.
Yeah, I mean, playing without any pressure, Dougal has all the rights to go all in over here, and that is exactly what he's trying. And this could be a very good chance had he beaten Marquinhos over there, but he did fail. Now, with just 10 minutes waiting to go before the full-time whistle, we've got to see if Afnan can see this through. And it's so much more important for FC Goa to manage to get this win. And Afnan, we know that he's been one of those guys that has been the Mr. Dependable for Team Goa right now, the way he's been playing. I mean, he's either getting draws or he's winning games. I think loss is something that he's forgotten. So maybe a draw today again, or maybe he could score a goal. There's also a slight chance where he can also concede one, because considering Odisha FC, they've been really good on the counter attacks. They've been playing, getting those really cheeky steals out there. But now with just 4 minutes to go, I think Odisha FC at this point will want to delay a little bit, keep the last attack to themselves, and that is clearly what their intention is at this point.
Yeah, and getting into the box again, couldn't quite get the shot away. And now Afnan, if he plays the smart, he will get the last attack. It's quite interesting. I don't think we've seen any substitutions, but there we go. We see Messi not looking particularly tired, gets away. Is he going to try to line up another long range shot? I wonder. He doesn't have much support, has to go back now. And he does find Pele inside the box. This is a big moment for FC Goa's season over here. If he can grab this win right at the end, it's cleared away. And almost for Afnan, and you can see the frustration there. He thought he could have got that shot away, but it's going to be the two Bombay brothers going up against each other now to give their team the edge.
Maybe it's a Naruto versus Sasuke affair at this point, started off together, but now they've diverged on their paths, finally to meet over here in this showdown. Well, this match might not mean a lot to Odisha FC in terms of how their progression has been in the eISL, but of course, on a personal level, two brothers going up against each other, we love that. But the first matchup, ladies and gentlemen, did end with a draw. Those first half early two goals were the only goals scored in the game. It was a really cagey affair, went down till the end, where both the teams were looking end to end, wanted to score another goal, and Afnan was so close in that moment. But props to Tuchel for not letting that happen, keeping the defense really tight. And he read Afnan perfectly well, right? He was understanding the fact that, Afnan is playing a lot around those right and left hand sides. He's looking for those cutbacks. So his only intention there was to deny the same to him. We really thought we were going to see some variety, but look at that attack. How on earth that did miss away? I have no idea.
Yeah, I mean, I think it's just because of how quickly he had to do the trick and the shot together. He couldn't quite get the direction on it, and of course, being on the weaker foot, not always going to hit the target, as we've learned in V Sharma's FIFA Finesse series, which we may get to see at some point today. And yeah, you can see the annoyance, the frustration. I think the frustration for Afnan will be more from the goal that he conceded, because it was a very cheap goal, a simple goal to concede. That's usually the kind of goals I concede when I'm playing in division rivals. It's just a lapse in concentration immediately after scoring, and that's cost him. The win could have made V Sharma's life a little bit more comfortable. But listen, Vanch has been in this situation before. He's been the guy who's had to try and get those results in the second game, and it might be the same again for FC Goa.
Oh yeah, I think Vanshaj has got a lot riding on his shoulders right now. I think it's all coming down to the fact that whether or not he can sort of acclimatize himself to that pressure. But looking at these stats, of course, possession-wise, Goa did dominate. But now we do have Dugal, who is waiting for us in the studio with an interview with him. So, Dugal, finally, you're making those familiar appearances. And what do you take out of this draw?
I think I should have taken more chances. I think yeah, I could have won this game, but yeah, kudos to Afnan. He played well.
Yeah, and we've seen Afnan and lots of other players using that finesse shot too. Is there any way to stop it when it's taken?
There's no way to stop Messi in this game. Like his finishes are too good. I
I
think
mean,
keepers should have done better, but keepers are keepers. They would save like
yeah.
1 yard shot and they would concede a 30-yard finesse. This is the game.
Yeah, absolutely. But tell me something. Towards the very end, we did see Afnan trying those similar strategies. Trying to go in through the wings and look for that cutback. So I think you perfectly read that, and you were really vigilant on your defense. Apart from that, what else did Afnan try to do, and how did you counter him in those moments?
Afnan usually plays centrally, but today he was playing from his wings. Like he changed his formation and all, I guess. So he was trying to cut. I guess he saw my games. I've considered all the goals from the wings actually. So I
Oh,
think कि उधर उसमें ही कुछ strategy होगी उसकी. But I
All
defended
right.
well, so yeah, that's
Yeah,
it.
I think defensively आपका performance बहुत ही बढ़िया था. But now, of course, we've been seeing Shubham has been talking up this game against Vanshaj, who's of course one of his closest friends. What are you expecting from game two?
Uh, that would be a tight game. Like they are childhood friends, I guess. So देखते हैं. Depends.
all
क्या
right,
होगा?
childhood
Shubham has been
friends.
practicing well. Yeah, I
सो
hope he wins.
एक चीज
Yeah.
दुग्गल आपसे जानना था. वी वर टॉकिंग कि आप तो स्ट्रीमिंग करने वाले हो इसके बाद. सो दर्शकों को बता दीजिए आपका चैनल का नाम. ट्विच पे कर रहे हो, यूट्यूब पे कर रहे हो, किस पे, ताकि वो आपको अभी से फॉलो कर लें. एंड व्हेन यू
Yeah.
गेट बैक इनटू योर स्ट्रीमिंग गेम, दे गेट टू लर्न समथिंग फ्रॉम यू.
Yeah, I am streaming on Twitch actually. The channel is Dugal TV, like
ओके,
TTV or yeah, I was. Yeah,
Yeah.
ऑलराइट.
Well, awesome.
that's where
That's
I'm
where
going
to
to
go
stream.
to follow
Yeah,
Dugal. Yeah,
yeah.
brilliant. तो अभी जाके subscribe कर लो, join कर लो, and then you get to see some of the best FIFA content in India coming out from there. But all the best for the rest of the game, Dugal. We'll chat with you soon.
Thank you so much.
There you have it. So, I mean, Dugal finally. I think, like we were suspecting, it was Dugal TV all along. But I think it would be really great to see you going up against Dugal, and let's see how it kind of really fares out. Because with Saranch, it was a really bad beating. that he did to you, and it was just for
Yeah,
fun, right? He could have done worse things, but he was
yeah.
really a sweet guy over there, Azim. But yeah, likewise, I think even your viewers are gonna enjoy that, and all the viewers out there, because uh, but for the way we've been progressing throughout the ISL, now we're in that end game, right, where a
Yeah.
lot of teams have already have understood where their fate lies. This journey is over. One of those big teams yesterday, Jamshedpur FC, they had tried so hard, but I think it all fell down. And these were the slayers. These two lads did slay them off in the co-op game. We could really see. But now it's a childhood friendship that's turned into an in-game rivalry. Both born and brought up in Mumbai. On one side, we do have eISL's Viper Shubham. On the other side, we've got eISL's own Beckham. That's
Yeah.
V Sharma. So, in battle between these two amazing players, Zim, who do you think is gonna pan out stronger?
Well, it depends really on V Sharma's finishing today, because he's not quite looked his same instinctive self. He's gotten like all the build-up play and everything is great, but once he gets into the box, he's not quite able to get those shots away. Especially yesterday, did not seem to be confident taking shots and getting into the box at all, and it did end in a nil-nil draw. So Shubham will be quietly confident. He had a good game last time out. Almost managed to get that big result for Odisha FC and get them 3 points, but wasn't to be for him. But there we go. It is finally all kicking off. Game 2 is ready to go. And Root hold it on the bench, interestingly, for someone. I don't think he's used to being there. But it is FC Goa up against Odisha FC. In the orange, of course, is FC Goa. We see Eusebio making a comeback after a while. Haven't seen him starting a lot of games, but he has been, I think, Vanshaj is one of his go-to players. We don't see some of his old favorites in Lothar Matthäus and guys like that. Frankie De Jong we've seen as well a couple of times. But when you've got Kante and the new Team of the Year cards, Kevin De Bruyne in there as well. Well, who needs the legends when you've got Team of the Year cards?
Yeah, I mean, a few of the players. I think a couple of days ago, I did see a Maldini popping up, suddenly a Cafu popping up, and I really felt that maybe the players are making that transition back again. But coming back into this, I think it's again players loving their Team of the Year cards, right? We've seen Kevin De Bruyne, like you said, Bellingham, one of those other cards that have really popped up. We're seeing a lot of I think Marquinhos is one of the consistent players that we've seen throughout, and Hullet also. You can't imagine an eISL game without a Hullet card in it, right? And even in the
Yeah,
attacking third, we've seen few changes here and there sometimes, or the other. We've seen CR7 come up a lot often. Earlier on, when the eISL started, we were not seeing a lot of Neymar, but I think Neymar
yeah,
has become one of the other regular cards. A lot of changes have, of course, been made. We used to see a lot of Theo Hernandez, which has been replaced. And now, even in terms of the back four, in terms of the keepers, a lot of them going for Mendy. But in this particular matchup, Shubham and V Sharma, Shubham applying some pressure from the early on part, and has given the rightful pass towards Ronaldo. But pass having a lot of power, could not contain it and could not go for the instant shot. Now, V Sharma, he's going to look for the punish. And especially this Kevin De Bruyne card is such a surprising one. We have seen those long range goals from the outside of the box. He's got that capability to do that. But with Ronaldo Nazario, you've got to see if V Sharma could capitalize on this particular situation. He's looking for men to pass to and has found Pele now pushing a little bit from the right with Kante. Passes back towards Pele. Had a chance maybe with Ronaldo, should have gone for the shot, but anyways, settles in with Eusebio, and V Sharma, the Beckham of eISL, hailing from FC Goa, has managed to score the first one. It's 1-0.
yeah, and finally getting those attacking instincts right. And I do think there has been a formation change. I think Vanshaj has gone back to his tried and tested 4-1-2-1-2, the narrow formation, not using too much width over there, but of course that keeps a lot of players in the box, and very calm, very composed over there. That short fake taking out two defenders, and finally I think that'll be a monkey off his back to finally get that goal, show that instinctive finishing, because it was just absolutely not there the last time out. And of course, FC Goa did manage to get all 3 points over there because of the co-op performance. and of course Afnan managing to see out his match against Akash Ash. So yeah, I think it's a good start for FC Goa, but we do know Shubham is the guy who has made a lot, and I mean a lot of comebacks in this tournament. I think most of those 10 unbeaten games saw him coming back from one goal down to sort of see it out with a 1-1 or a 2-1. So he'll be calm, he'll be composed. He knows this situation before. I don't think there have been players who have come back from a goal down and got something from the match more than Shubham and I believe Shayantan from SC's Bengal. And it's no surprise these are also some of the older, the more mature players in the scene right now. And well, we see V Sharma now really taking the game by the scruff of the neck. He wants to get this game done and dusted early on. Also, a little bit of bragging rights with his childhood friend there in Shubham to try and get the job done. Say, you know what, we met in the biggest tournament that India has to offer, and I managed to get one up on you. But it is Shubham now coming back on that counter. Will we see him mix it up a little bit? We know that V Sharma tends to play only one way, but Shubham is adaptable. He can adapt to how the opposition is playing, almost like you could say a chameleon. He can just totally mirror what you're doing and try to nullify everything. And for now, he's just taking his time. He is not really using the width and gets in with Ronaldo. Will look for that cutback. Can V Sharma defend this? He finds the ball to Mbappe. Now with Eusebio, big moment,
No
and
way.
bang! Like a mirror image, Eusebio scoring for both teams, and it is Shubham right back in it for Odisha FC.
Wow, feels like this match is scripted all along. Look at the quality of that goal over there. At a certain point, you would think that he's going to score with Ronaldo Nazario, but no, that was not the case. Making things even safer over there in that approach. And V Sharma started off scoring with an Eusebio of his own, and now even Shubham responds. Now, one of the only reasons why I love calling him the Viper, right? The moment he feels threatened, right? The moment he feels threatened that he's got a goal deficit, instantly he's got this instinct to score, and that is what he's done today as well. So rightfully standing up to his tag that has been given to him. But for now, FC Goa, no time to remorse. They've got to get a lead before the halftime whistle goes on. And these two players, I mean, likewise, you've said they've gone against each other maybe more than 1,000 times right now, if you do not count the eISL matches, right? Being best buddies from childhood, playing FIFA all together. I would love to know about the journey. But for now, with Odisha FC, Mbappe just racing in through, directly going at the goal to the near post and not really hitting. But do you think a far post could have done the job better? Or maybe a chip
Yeah.
shot?
Yeah, I think maybe a chip might have been a cheekier option over there. I think just get to the keeper, try to sit him down, and then go for the chip while V Sharma is trying to do that manual movement. That's a good header, one in the box now with Eusebio. Goes for the finesse, but you know what? I think that was in, if not for the header of Marquinhos over there, and I think Shubham agrees with that. He thought that was in the moment that shot went. I think he was half celebrating, but not to be for him. He does have a corner, however, to try and create something using Bellingham over there, going for the long range shot. I think that would have been a bit optimistic. And Van der Sar called into action with his feet a bit more than he would have liked to, but no harm done. And we do see now V Sharma coming forward. Of course, with the lack of width that his formation offers, it can get a little bit congested. It can be a little bit easy to sort of see out in terms of defending if you're really compact and you just have those two banks of four sitting there. It can be frustrating to try and break down an organized defense, as V Sharma is realizing right now. He got that first goal with some individual skill and some great ball movement, but now he's going to have to do it all over again, or going to have to wait to do it the FC Goa way in Game 3 with co-op. But I think the main thing for him is he cannot afford to lose this game, because FC Goa really need to go into that Game 3 with every chance of getting 3 points.
Oh yeah, I think it's going to be so important for them, especially this particular game, right? They cannot leave everything for the co-op match, and I think V Sharma understands that, and it's a perfect chance. Can go with Mbappe, but Peter Cech being present over there, and a last chance with this corner. He's got to make something out of it. He's got to have some set-piece routines. With Mbappe passes Rodman towards Kante, and with Mbappe does score V Sharma just before The halftime whistle went in. FC Goa have managed to have one more goal in their books, and there you go, it's 2-1. And the man doing it all is V Sharma. This kind of resilience, he knew the importance of this goal. He knew that he needed to get some pressure relieved off him, because he was the one who has to make sure that he gets the win for his team, because for Odisha FC the run is pretty much over. But they're playing it for the rivalry, the brotherhood that they have between each other. And there you go, Afnan also stepping in, bit of advices, bit of tips that he's been giving. I love it, because it should not be a one-sided affair, right? When V Sharma needs him, it's such a great thing that he's got a brother like Afnan beside him. And likewise for Odisha FC also, Shubham realizes that he's made a few mistakes over there in his defense. I think gives him enough time to ponder in this little halftime break.
Yeah, I think a very, very vital moment for V Sharma to get that goal just before halftime. Looked slightly offside, but I think he was being played on over there on the right, on the left flank by Cancelo. Still some intense discussions about how to approach this tactically. Maybe he might go to a 4-2-3-1. Will he stick with the narrow formation? It's going to be interesting to see how this pans out. Is there going to be a tactical change? I think if it's working for V Sharma, he should just stick with it, not look to change too much. And it does look like the formation is more or less the same, or is it organizing itself into a 4-2-3-1? We will come to know based on the radar. But Shubham is now getting forward. He knows that he wants to, of course, get at least a draw out of it, sort of for this friendly rivalry, the banter that they'll have between them. It's going to, of course, matter to him. He's a very competitive guy. He doesn't want to be second in any circumstance. Of course, he finds himself at the bottom or close to the bottom of the eISL table. Not a situation that he would have wanted to be in. I'm sure him and Vanchal would have been dreaming of being in a team together and absolutely dominating. I think that would have been a real dream team if they had managed to be together. But Shubham having that long shot, but not really threatening the FC Goa goal, and they can go again and try to close this out with a third.
Oh yeah, I mean at this point, FC Goa, if they can manage to score one more, then this would be really difficult for Shubham to recover. But just that one goal deficit, like it's currently at the moment, I'm pretty sure Shubham has got the plays, he's got the tricks in his bag to kind of try and equalize it. And I think both these players know what the other has to offer. Both these players have seen each other evolving even throughout the eISL stage. With Messi wanted to make some movements, V Sharma, but Hakimi from Shubham side being present over there, not letting that happen. As now Shubham is trying to build up an attack of his own. We've seen him time and again. He's always pulled off the comebacks. More than the losses, he's managed to pull off a lot of individual draws at the very least. So clearly his eyes would be set at trying to do that and force this entire matchup to going head to head in the co-op game. That is what we're looking forward to. But I don't think V Sharma would want to back down with just scoring one extra goal. He would want one more, and then he can maybe think of relaxing. But this is a good pass. But Marquinhos, I think lately as a centre back has done so much for every other player, right? Something similar that Maldini used to do a lot. And then we did see in between Varane coming in, and even we did have Rio Ferdinand for quite some while. But the players have been making accurate switches considering their needs. But maybe in the finals, you never know. We could have a whole different team altogether.
Yeah, it's quite possible. Of course, I think Marquinhos coming back into the team to allow these players to get Hakimi in at right back because, hang on, there's Vishana in with a chance, and that is a big goal, and Shubham is frustrated with that. Huge, huge moment, potential Terra Virtua, super moment of the match right there. Could this be the one as Mbappe poses like the Titanic on the hoardings over there? Is someone drawing a painting of him in the audience? Who knows? But it is what it is for Odisha FC. They are now 3-1 down, and now it's going to be Shubham on all-out attack.
Oh yeah, and Shubham at this particular point, right? He's feeling a little, in this kind of a spot. He's got a lot going on in his mind, right? And now with V Sharma, with this one. He's got to be more focused than ever. You need to make sure that you do not concede. You can go out a little bit. You can make your games go a little more aggressive, because like you can see, right, now the pressure is a little bit relieved. Now he can be a little bit more free in terms of how he wants to build up his attacks and everything. And for Odisha FC, I think if they do not score a goal in the next 10 minutes, I think the chances of a comeback will be very, very minuscule.
It does look like it's Pele and Messi in for Shubham, so look out for those long range shots from him as well. But he gave the ball away straight from the kickoff, not what you want to do when you're chasing the game. And with Hakimi trying to get that ball played in behind on the flank, and now we're going to see a lot more bodies swarming forward for Shubham. He's got Hullet on the flank, but no real support. It arrives in the form of Cancelo at left back, and now this might be a position to try to pull the trigger from if you're Shubham, but decides to go for a higher percentage opportunity with Messi. Has to take that shot with the outside of the foot into the top corner. It is not over yet, folks. This is going to go right down to the wire.
Oh yeah, I mean, like I said, right, he needed a comeback, and well, he did manage to pull this one off. Showing composure in that final third is what was really crucial and essential for Shubham. And now we still have a game in hand now, and all Shubham needs to do is score one more quickie. If he can do that, we're back to leveling grounds, and then we can potentially talk about a co-op game. But look at the beauty of this goal, right? With Messi, he maintained that composure and made sure he scored from the stronger foot, and instant transition onto something else. But yeah, back into the game, completely having our eyes focused on what's in hand for us. Now this sort of throws down this question: is V Sharma going to make a few substitutions over here? Those end phases have come upon. Is he going to play a little bit defensive, or is he going to score? Look to score one more. And there you go. Just when we were telling that we needed a substitute, he's gotten in Hullet. Maybe wants to have a little bit more physical presence, a little bit more on the defensive side. Make sure that the ball does not go in as easily as it went in the last time Shubham scored.
Yeah, and I think De Bruyne off, and now with Kante and Hullet gives them a very strong spine to the team. Had the opportunity just before that breakdown and play to find Mbappe on the right flank. He does find him now eventually. Needs to put that cross in, and doesn't. V Sharma not really a fan of putting cross balls into the box, and maybe might have served him well to just smash that ball into Messi. But again, working well with Pele, just about holding on to it. You know, he's the kind of guy who wants to create those nice passing movement goals, and there you see the passing and movement, but little overplayed. And now into the final 10 minutes we go with Shubham trailing by just one goal. Is it going to be the thriller that these guys would have dreamed of if they ever came head to head in a tournament of the level of the eISL? Trying to get that ball in, but not quite happening. Still the ball with Shubham. Now big opportunity, but passes it back still. Interesting to see how he goes with this. Lots of bodies forward. Tries to go wide, but Mbappe intercepts and gives it away back again.
Oh, it's getting so cagey. It's getting so much more exciting. You know, Shubham taking that front foot inside the game. It is him trying being really persistent in getting that score. That one goal is what he needs right now to have things leveled up with Messi. He's going all in. He's been one of those players who's always delivered for Shubham, but this time he's got to look for that cutback. But Cancelo stealing the ball away, heading towards Pele from Odisha FC with Gullit. Right now, he can try and make anything happen. A call out for offside, and I think it has been granted.
And it also looked like for a strange moment that somebody decided to start a voice chat with one of the players while the game is on. I don't think they're going to appreciate that. Oh, what a great through ball played by V Sharma to Eusebio. Will he go for the chip? No, he just goes for a standard finish, and that is the game in the bag. Probably one of the passes of the tournament there to find Eusebio. Absolute pinpoint precision with the accuracy and the timing of it. And there you go, 4-2. The game is in the bag. 1 point for sure in the bag for FC Goa. And they'll be looking to make it 3 in the next game.
Look at that, Reed. And this is not just the first time, V Sharma has scored a goal in the 90th minute. And now you could clearly see Shubham not being really pleased with how the outcome went. But regardless, V Sharma getting a very exhilarating win. It was such a close, cagey affair towards the very end. Shubham was trying to get really into the skin of V Sharma, but I think he showed that due diligence over there. He made sure that he did not let any goal slip away. Just that messy second goal from Odisha FC was where I think the threat started to loom again on V Sharma. He was very alert, very attentive, and towards the end, just finding Shubham off guard and that beautiful pass, and he managed to score at a point where a lot of players tend to lose composure, tend to make some weird mistakes. V Sharma held on his calm and managed to score one more. It was a 4-2 game there, and Odisha FC had no choice whatsoever but to accept defeat. And I do not know if they're keeping account for their victories, but for the eISL, the matchup where it mattered the most, it's V Sharma turning out as a victor against his brother.
Yeah, absolutely. Getting that job done, and of course he'll be very relieved to find his shooting boots after a couple of games where the finishing was just not working for him. Now finally, I think putting in the hours yesterday, he wouldn't have had a lot of time to practice between just the 24 hours between the two matches, and well, Shubham huffed and puffed, and he really gave V Sharma a game, but at the end, I think it was inevitable with the amount that Shubham was pressing forward that Vanshaj would get that counter attack, and he did get it and really made it count. Excellent through ball to find Eusebio, and then the composure to find the finish as well.
Oh yeah, and at this point, what do we have on the line, right? The co-op game, a game in which FC Goa have been the better team, right, in comparison to Odisha FC, and you can see Shubham, it meant so much to him, right? He was waiting for this matchup against FC Goa to come, because the last time he went up against Afnan, he decided not to go against V Sharma. This time, however, he wanted to have it all. He wanted to play at the biggest stage against his brother, and well, it is V Sharma who open-heartedly defeated him at fair and square. And finally, and also confirming or attesting to the fact that it's not the haircut anymore that is certainly the nerf. And yeah, I mean, right now, FC Goa in a really good position. All they've got to do is manage to either get a win or a draw in this series to ensure those 3 points and move up to the top 4 and have themselves a very solid position as the run is getting more exciting than ever.
Yeah, I think a very, very big game in the top 4 battle today. FC Goa, of course, vital for them to get all the 3 points in this game, because, of course, Bengaluru FC are in action. Next up in against Chennai today, later on in the day.
Yeah.
So it's going to be a very decisive day in that top 4 battle.
Oh, it is going to be very, very close, and a lot of things will get decided, like you said. But for all you viewers out there, we do have the V-Flick dancing robot for you, an exclusive property of the Terra Virtua boys, and all you've got to do is get your hands on this. It's worth $19.99, but for you, it's free. All you've got to do is sign up and head on to www.terravirtua.io/ISL and show your support for your favorite team. And FC Goa, the jersey looks really nice. The patterns on it, customize it as per your own needs, and show your support for your favorite clubs. But now, ladies and gentlemen, with the 2 games that have already ended in this fixture, we still have one more to go, the co-op game. Now, if Odisha FC win this one out, so it's going to be 1-1 point being shared between FC Goa and Odisha FC. But if FC Goa manage to get a win or even a draw, then it's 3 points going to their name, and their road to the top 4 becoming relatively easier.
Yeah, of course, it's not going to be easy at any point, given the fact that, of course, they still do have to play Northeast United FC and Bengaluru FC also have a relatively decent run of fixtures. So it's going to be super, super tight. But I think those are the 3 teams now that are really going to be battling it out for that 4th position. I think you could say at this point, although you can never say definitively, that that Mumbai City FC look like they're relatively safe. I think Chennai FC, if they get any kind of result today, a draw or a win, you could say that they're safe as well. But for the rest of the teams, it's a complete toss-up and no idea what's going to happen.
Yeah, I mean entirely, because now for Bengaluru FC, it's going to be the match that they have to win. And talking about the past statistic, how they've been performing, I think there is a chance where they can actually walk off with a victory, considering how lately they've picked themselves up. But now let's take a look at the highlights from the previous matchup and have a glimpse at how this entire game really panned out. Now, this is the previous matchup, right? The previous game where things were all getting decided in that final co-op game, I believe, in which FC Goa managed to see things through. Or no, it was just that V Sharma game in which it was a 4-2 win for V Sharma against Duggal. But when we went to the co-op game, Azim, it was a one each scoreline. So, do you think we're gonna get a draw today as well?
Well, it's quite possible that Odisha FC again. I think Shubham will say, "Okay, you know what? Round one, you got me. Round two, I'm gonna come back and make life a little bit more difficult for you." It was a very, very tight and cagey game over here, particularly at the end. This incredible last second blocks and defending over there, and you could see that. Of course, this was V Sharma pre-haircut and Afnan 1.0, shall we say? And well, I think a lot has changed in the tournament since then. FC Goa have remained close to that top battle. If they win all of their games in hand, it's quite possible for them to easily qualify for that top four. But I think this game and the game against Northeast United FC, I think, are going to be really, really crucial for them. So they do need to see those games out. They do play a couple of the big guns as well. I do think they also play SC East Bengal on the final day of the league stage. So it's not going to be an easy run. You'd rather win all the games beforehand and then go up against the top team. So that's what they'll be looking to do.
Oh yeah, and at this point, we've already had this discussion even before, right? They've played against each other so much, V Sharma and Shubham, that they know what the other is going to anticipate, what the other is going to change, and when they're going to do that. So it's all going to be mind games for now. But either ways, the two variables that we do have, that is Afnan and Duggal, we've got to see in the co-op game how much can they support the teammates. The last time there was this game went undecided, it was a one each draw, but this time I think either of the teams wants to see it through. Either of them wants to, both of them rather, want to win the game, but only there's just going to be one winner, or more, maybe both of them just tie it up. But for now, it's FC Goa trying to build up the attack from left wing with Eusebio. They're trying to make a run for it. And I found Cancelo who's made a little bit advancements towards those towards the attacking side of things.
Ooh.
But there you have it, Marquinhos again being that strong, rigid wall which does not really want to fall, and opening up Odisha FC to a certain counter attack which has now been foiled.
Yeah, I think Odisha FC will have to look at that counter as a bit of a wake-up call. I think it was too easy for Odisha FC to get in behind over there, and really a last-ditch tackle is what seemed to save them. But FC Goa have started this on the front foot. Now with the cutback with Eusebio, and again, I think maybe that second turn was not quite necessary. Could have just turned and taken a shot or even made a pass in the right foot. Did have a reasonable amount of support, but still the ball with FC Goa. I think the first 14 minutes has really been all FC Goa. If you look at the percentage of possession, it's probably like 90-10 or something at this point. And again, cheap giveaway from Odisha FC, and FC Goa need to make this count. They need to try and make their life a little bit more comfortable. I think that one goal lead, if they can find it here, surely they will find it here. No, delayed the pass too long. And it's going to be a corner.
Oh yeah, I mean at this particular point, right? Yeah, like you said, had I gone for a pass a little bit earlier, then things could have been different. But that's very uncharacteristic, right? FC Goa usually make sure that they get the passes right. Maybe I think it was Afnan on the controller over there who made that slight delay. We still do not know though. Could be V Sharma as well. But V Sharma, like have seen, right? It's been a tried and tested strategy for FC Goa. It's usually V Sharma who creates all those openings and gives those passes on the final third. And Afnan makes no mistake in scoring. But today, I think we've seen them. They've been trying out different stuff. Afnan has been going for that chop back finesse. Maybe one of those shots that Odisha FC have to be really careful about, because if they are a little bit complacent about it, they're going to be punished. But for Odisha FC right now, back and forth passes between Kante and Mbappe, and there you go. He succeeds. He's got to dribble it across, manages to pass it on towards Ronaldo Nazario. A little bit of a master relay over there, but not succeeding there as well. The ball being stolen away, and 24 minutes pass by. Both these teams have been creating the chances, but neither of them being able to score.
Yeah, it will take a little bit of work for FC Goa to try and break down that defense, because they're being very, very steadfast right now. I think a little bit of quicker thinking, a little bit of moving around, just to make that player switching a little bit confusing between Shubham and Dugal. I think there is merit in that. And now this is what we were talking about. Moving it around quickly, they're trying to get the shot away. Was blocked, but again, that's encouraging. Those are good signs. And big opportunity here. He does spot the ball to Ronaldo over here. Will he go for the early cross? Pele unmarked to the back post. He does go for it, and the cross does eventually reach Pele. Now with R9, finds Pele over there. Ooh, going for a little nutmeg over there. That would have been super, super cheeky if it had come off. But no harm done. And FC Goa, a little bit, looked like a little bit under hit. But no, that pass was just right. And now FC Goa getting in behind with Pele. Excellent first touch. Huge moment over here. Again, will there be a cutback? Will he go for goal? He does square it to Eusebio. That is brilliantly worked between the FC Goa boys, showing the composure there, getting that lead, giving themselves the cushion, because now even if they do concede one goal, the 3 points can still be theirs.
Oh yeah, all they need to do is find one more, right, or maybe two. But before the first half coming to an end, and finding such a nice room and space, a little bit of misanticipation about Eusebio's possession out there, and he punishes them, and FC Goa get that early lead, and typical FC Goa strat, right? Nothing too flashy. Just head in through, go in a little deep, and then look for that cutback, and at the right time find the right player. That has been the secret success mantra for them, and has quite been successful on most of the times. All you have to do is just pass it on, and Eusebio was ready directly, not even a first touch taken, directly goes for the shot, and yes, well timed into perfection. This is exactly what they needed. Now for Odisha FC, we know they're one of those teams that love to score a goal right after they've conceded one. But we've got to see this time around what is going to be uh, their take on this. Still a few couple of minutes to go before the halftime whistle is blown. Let's see what Odisha FC can do.
Yeah, and what I particularly enjoyed about that FC Goa goal was the fact that they used the cutback actually as a decoy. It was actually not a cutback pass; it was actually a square pass. But I think V Sharma or Afnan, whoever it was, just held R9's run over there, thinking, or rather making Odisha FC think that that's where the pass is going, and both of them went to cut that pass off. And that's what I meant by forcing them into those quick decisions. Both of them went to mark the same player, and that left Eusebio all alone in the middle, and it was just the simplest of tap-ins, and well-deserved goal for FC Goa. And now they'll be looking to turn the screw, get that second goal, but you don't want to be giving those cheap giveaways, because we've seen Odisha FC's only real threat in this game has been on the counter-attack, and here we go again. It is the counter. Can they make this work? Well defended by FC Goa again. Really, their co-op play in this tournament has been something to behold. They've always managed to somehow make those right decisions, not winning in very dramatic or dominant games. There's not been any 4 or 5 or 6 nils, but they've just always got the job done, and that consistency is really something.
Oh yeah, I think consistency has been such a beautiful aspect for FC Goa, to be honest, because there was a certain time when it was almost about a month that they did not play a single game, and when they made that comeback, I was really worried if they can carry the mantle forward, right? If they can maintain the same level of composure, and then we saw Afnan really uplifting the team along with V Sharma. When he was going through his bad times, he needed a teammate like Afnan to hold on to keep FC Goa still in the run. And there you go. Likewise, the first half coming to an end. And from what we have seen so far, it's a 1-0 lead for FC Goa. Shubham and Dugal clearly not pleased with how they've performed in the first half, especially this particular goal, right? Just finding Eusebio at the right spot at the right time, gets the pass and directly taps in for the goal. And it's a very simple one, but a very crucial, much needed one.
Yeah, and I think you can see the discussion there between the two Odisha FC boys saying that, "Arey, why did both of us go to cover the cutback? One of us should have stayed." But yeah, those are the kind of split second decisions that can be so crucial when you're playing FIFA co-op at the eISL level over here. But Odisha FC, plenty of time for them to find that equalizer. Of course, the equalizer doesn't get them anything apart from maybe just a little bit of bragging rights to say that, hey, you didn't beat us in co-op throughout the season. But if they want to grab that 1 point that is still available to them, they're going to need to score 2 goals, and well, they'll be looking to start immediately over here. I still think, I don't know, Odisha FC, I feel from the beginning have played it a little too safe today, I think, for a team that had nothing really to lose. They could have really gone all out. They could have gone much more attacking from the start and really made FC Goa's life uncomfortable. But, it is what it is. This is how they felt comfortable approaching the game. Like we saw, for instance, in the last time out, we saw guys like Adi Zima, who really said that, you know what, this is what we've come here to do. I'm an aggressive player, I'm an attacking player, and he really came out and absolutely demolished Ankit Gupta yesterday. It was a sight to behold. And we'll be hoping that when we see the likes of 80KMB of Kerala Blasters FC as well in action today, that these guys just play, completely without fear, get the shackles off, and give us some entertainment towards the end of the league stages.
Yeah, I think that's much needed because I think we've had a chat with the players, right? It's the lack of motivation right now. They know that there's no chance on earth if they even win all their games that they're going to qualify. Staying in their hotels, feeling a little gloomy, clearly affects their mental state. But for now, again, heading in from that right wing, well read by Odisha FC at this point. Going back to the conversation that we were having, of course, the players really feeling a little lackluster. They few of the players really have understood now it's the time to go all in, play your best FIFA, at least for your fans. Go home with your head held high. That has been their intention all along. But for Odisha FC, I think it was more on a personal level. It was more about proving who is the better player right now between V Sharma and Shubham. I think that has been clearly established in the eISL. V Sharma getting that resounding win, but Shubham right now would want to change things in the co-op matchup. So he's taking things very seriously. He's taken a lot of pressure on him, and now can get instantly bamboozled again with another goal. But that's all right for now. It's up for grabs. But Odisha FC have finally managed to steal the possession away. Counter stealing going on. A lot of counters, in fact, going on. Finally, a long ball there for Odisha FC.
Oh.
They've received it perfectly well. This could be a really good chance with Ronaldo Nazario. He's going to try and beat through Ruben Diaz, but does not happen.
Yeah, and now the opportunity for FC Goa on the counter, but high press over there. A crucial block from Odisha FC coming in, because that could have been lights out. And now Ronaldo trying to get in, trying that roulette at the edge of the area, not working for him. And now it's like a 3-on-1, 3-on-3 you could say at the moment, and 4v4 as we see Pele arriving over there. And now looking for that cutback. He does find Eusebio this time, and again the trick not quite coming quick enough over there. Just allowing the defender to read that and just bundle in easily for the tackle. And at 71 minutes, Odisha FC will still want to try and make FC Goa sweat a little bit, want to make it a little bit uncomfortable, and they might just do it here. It's Pele. Can't quite make the trick work, as Ruud Gullit just clotheslines Kevin De Bruyne just off screen over there. And a nice little unintentional nutmeg. Now the opportunity for the through pass, not taken. Quite surprisingly, it was clean through on goal over there, Eusebio, but the pass was not made. And will they be made to pay for that?
Oh, I think that only time will tell. But no, Cancelo being a little bit fast on reading the ball over there, and instantly just thwarts it away towards the other side of play, with De Bruyne having so much room, passes on towards Eusebio, and Mbappe is going to use that pace from that right wing, goes for a perfect cross over there. All that Ronaldo is going to do is keep the ball and score. A touch little too heavy. over there, and still, FC Goa trying to make something out of it, and Marquinhos does not let that happen. But Ronaldo Nazario with a really interesting steal. Azim, this might be a chance where it could go to nil. No.
I get the feeling it might just be 1-1 over here because FC Goa have been very wasteful with those last couple of chances. It's a simple cutback available. There you go. It is 1-1, and suddenly that wastefulness in front of goal could just come back and cost FC Goa, because Odisha FC have got nothing to lose here. At this result, whether they draw or lose, it doesn't matter. So they can absolutely throw the kitchen sink at FC Goa now. And the boys in orange, they're going to be cursing themselves for giving up two gilt-edged opportunities to put this game to bed. And now we're going to have to do it the FC Goa way, and do it, as always, do it the hard way.
Oh yeah, I think at this point, they should have their defense just, powered up a little bit, right? Keep some extra man, have a few defensive midfielders also coming into play, because right now, like you clearly said, right, Odisha FC around here have nothing to lose, right? They're not going to be trying to play for the draw. They're going to be trying to play for the win. This is where maybe we can see that ultra attacking style of play come into action. So FC Goa will have to be well prepared. Now, if the match stays with this sort of a result over here, one each, then it's still FC Goa guaranteed those 3 points. But even a goal, one more for Odisha FC, that sort of ends it up for FC Goa. They get just that 1 point, but a little few missed slip-ups. And now Mbappe again through the right wing. He's got to find Eusebio at any cost, and still just dribbling through. Has managed to go past one defender, but keeping the ball a little too long, and now it has been susceptible. In fact, FC Goa, they've been prone to an attack.
Yeah, and again, I think he couldn't make up his mind there whether he wanted to keep the ball or whether he wanted to score a goal. And again, last-ditch defending, and this time I think just need to go and take it into the corner flag and run. Ruben Diaz with the foul. Advantage played by the referee over there. Should be looking to get this ball into the box. Again, keeping it, not really showing the ambition to try and score a goal. FC Goa, I think they just want to see it out because they know how crucial a moment this is. Now with N'Golo Kante, again, no intention of scoring. They just want to keep this ball in the corner. I think that's probably offside. No, it's not. Cancelo sees it out, but there you go. That is going to be now full time. As the whistle blows, it is the result that FC Goa wanted. But oh my God, not the manner in which they would have wanted to get it.
Oh yeah, it was such a close affair, a one each scoreline. So nothing has really changed from the last time that these two big teams went up against each other. This time also ending in a draw, but the overall fixture yet again being won by FC Goa. And V Sharma, I mean, being the star of it all, right? This time he's taken that upper edge. He's managed to beat Shubham 4-2, and that sort of becomes the decider. The last time also against Tugal, it was a 4-2 scoreline, quite the repetition of the same over here. And towards the end game, right, things got really exciting, really spiced up, where FC Goa had a few chinks in their armor, which was really capitalized by Odisha FC. They did manage to score one in, but from here onwards, I think FC Goa, with this matchup win, they do have that top 4 spot back to themselves. At a certain time and moment, they were contesting for the first spot, and then we did witness that little fall. But it's a good thing that they've recovered really well.
Yeah, well, they've got the job done again. When the matches have mattered, when it's come to the big games, FC Goa have always managed to get that result out. And you can see Odisha FC, they were really trying to get that win in this game, and of course to try and get the 1 point for themselves and slow down the momentum. But you can see very, very even match. FC Goa dominating the possession, but not much in terms of goal scoring chances. Just the 3 shots taken and the 1 on target, and 1 shot and 1 on target, which was of course the goal for Odisha FC. So eventually ends up pretty well for FC Goa. And let's have a look now at the final scorecard in what was a little bit more complicated a win than it should have been for FC Goa. The 1-1 draw with Dugal, then of course the 4-2 victory for V Sharma really gave them that edge going into game 3. And they were really made to sweat for those last 10 in-game minutes by Odisha FC, pushing them all the way. But eventually for FC Goa, landing them with all 3 points.
Yeah, but the question is who's going to be the hero of the match. I think I don't have any doubts from my side, but let's confirm it officially. It's going to be V Sharma having scored the 4 goals in his individual game. So it's quite clear again. The co-op goal did come out of Afnan, and V Sharma was the one who created the chance. But regardless, I think a very strong and solid performance by V Sharma. You would expect this man to score. And another one of those players who's finally managed to defeat Shubham. Not a lot of players can brag about that, but V Sharma, I think he must have done that in the past, and hoping so that we get into a interview with him and asking about his experiences. But regardless, a very good day for him today, and FC Goa and all their fans, because this 3 points meant absolute world to them, and they've managed to get it for their club.
Yep, 3 points that were very, very essential, especially given the form that Bengaluru FC are in. But we do, of course, now have it's time for the Terra Virtua super moment of the match. And I do think, yes, it is that fourth goal that sealed the deal for V Sharma as Shubham was on that counter charge. This beautiful pass, just cutting through 3 defenders over there. And then the composure, you could see the keeper brought out, but he didn't let that phase him, wasn't tempted to go for the chip. And then finally just got that goal smashed into the corner, and of course a key moment to guarantee them through that 3 points. You can see the excitement and the relief on Afnan as well, and you can have a look at the dancing V-Fleck on the left as well, the FC Goa jersey. I have that in person, the jersey, but I think V-Fleck is doing a better job with it.
I mean, yeah, you do have the one, the home one, right? Might as well
Yeah.
the boys from FC Goa send you an away one. I mean, that would be even better for your wardrobe. But yeah, I think at this particular moment, for all you viewers out there, you do have a chance of winning that Reflect robot. Not a chance, rather a confirmed thing. But we're gonna get to that a little bit later, because now we do have the leaderboards. Now, something that we have been really looking forward to. FC Goa, 16 matches played, and finally they've made it to the top 4. Now in contention with Mumbai City FC, who have played one less game. So I think the closest competitors would be, of course, Bengaluru FC now. If Bengaluru FC win the next game, they make it tie with North United FC with where they stand. But the next game, as we've discussed about it, right? It's not going to be easy for them. It's going to be against a team that's standing second right now in the overall standings. It's Chennai FC, and last I remember, it was an easy win for Chennai FC. But here we have our very own Indian Beckham waiting for us inside the studio. We do have V Sharma with us. So V Sharma, congratulations on the amazing win today. It was very close. But before we have things started off, tell us something about your bond that you share with Shubham. We've got that news that you've been knowing each other from your childhood.
Yeah, exactly. We have been, friends for a very long time, and we have been competing together, going to, LAN tournaments together. We have created such a bond that, you know, I wanted to play him in this tournament once. So, we have a bond that can't be broken.
Well, you also have the bragging rights for this tournament, getting the win against him. And of course, yesterday it was not quite happening for you. It was a 0-0. You were struggling to get those shots away, find those finishes. Today, I don't think it was much of a problem. So, what changed between yesterday and today?
I mean, I was playing a bit, passive. I was trying out, new formations like 4-2-3-1, four
Yeah.
four two defensive. But today I switched back to my 4-1-2-1 to narrow. A lot of people told me that just switch back to your original gameplay, play your own game. So that's what I did.
And it clearly seems to have worked out. But with this particular win, your chances of making it to the top 4 look really settled now. But do you think that in the rest of the matches that you have to play, any team that might just defeat you, or are you ready for them all?
I mean, yes, we both, me and Afnan, are absolutely ready for all the teams. But yes, we have some tough fixtures coming up like Northeast, Mumbai, and even
Yeah.
Kerala.
Yeah.
So we are looking forward to those fixtures.
Yeah, and we're looking forward, of course, to casting and commentating on them. So, congrats on the win today, and hopefully, we'll be chatting with you very soon.
Sure. Thank you.
Cheers. All right, all right. So there you have it, right? Again, two of those buddies coming into play. Finally, it had come. I think they staged this, right? They kept it for the last. They were the first encounter. They were like, no, we're not going up against each other. It's all right. Let them. We'll keep it for the second game, and it'll be just for that BO1, right? I think they've got a lot on line, and I think someone has to order something from a restaurant today, like the custom goes. But for all you viewers, again, like I said, there's a chance that you can, or a 100% guarantee that you can win the VFlect robot from the boys from Terra Virtua. They've created this. It also dances. So there's also that one thing coming in. All you've got to do is head on to www.terravirtua.io/ISL. But yeah, of course, that being said, this entire matchup is finally coming to an end, and FC Goa have managed to win this through, but they still have a lot on the line right now, a lot of interesting matches to go up against. But before we head out, a huge shout out to our sponsors, as the eISL is powered by Coca-Cola. Our associate sponsors, Hero, our esports partners, Nordwind Gaming, our platform partners, PlayStation, and our digital collectibles partners, Terra Virtua, for making this event happen. But hey, like I said, it's Monday and we've got 3 games lined up for you. One is already done, 2 more to go. But before that happens, we're going to go in for a quick little breather. We're going to hop into another stream, so do not forget to check that one out.